All right, hi guys. Welcome back to our channel. Today, after a very educational and video that was very heavy on content, we wanted to do something relaxing, something that you could get entertained with, something you can watch with a cup of tea or coffee. I strongly recommend tea, obviously. My husband would say coffee, so choice is yours. Today I will do a little bit of tack cleaning because it's been a little bit overdue, and I'll show you what products I use and how I get it done. But also, to keep you entertained, I thought I would do a little bit of an equestrian tag. Now, let's get it out of the way. No one tagged me, I just tagged myself. So I'll get the credits to the author by linking the original post down below. Yeah, I thought it'll be something fun, and yeah, so let's get started. Going to unpack my saddle, which I love. Okay, no one wants to watch me hug my saddle, right? We have nice stirrups, which are hanging on here in these very nice protective bags. Ooh, stirrups need help as well. They're dirty. All right. You know what? Let me start with the girth. That's too complicated because today's a deep cleaning day, so I'm not just gonna wipe it down. I'm going to deep clean it. And you can see that on the girth here, there are a little bit of these like white stains. These are sweat stains. That's why you need to get them off, you see? Otherwise it damages the leather. Beautiful close up. All right, I'm gonna get my rag, cloth, in the water. Kind of ran it down. Let me show you what products I use, and then I'm gonna get into the tag so we're not running out of sequins. First of all, depending on how dirty my stuff is, I can use this one, Belvoir. I know there's a huge controversy on how to pronounce it, so let me know down in the comments below how you pronounce it. I heard it could be beaver or beaver. I pronounce it Belvoir, so I had French education in school, so that's how I pronounce it. It's a very good cleaner and conditioner all in one to get really bad kind of stains out. And so I'll use this one today in my girth and on the kind of inside of my saddle. But on the saddle itself, I'll use something lighter. I use this one by Carr and Dane Martin, which is saddle and leather kind of soap. Which I'll show you how to use. I'll use it just with a sponge. And then at the end, I'll condition everything with balsam. Okay, cool. So now that we got it out of the way, I can actually open this bad boy up, get the lather going here. And once I do that, I'll start on the tag. Okay, first horse you've ever ridden. Actually, I have a funny story about that. You will learn very quickly that I have funny stories pretty much about everything. So the very first time I've gotten on a horse was because one of my relatives gifted me for one of the occasions a free kind of an experience, kind of a class on horseback riding, right? So I went into this nice stable. It was kind of in the middle of Dubai, and the weird part was it was kind of like in the city, which I was really surprised by. I thought all the stables are kind of outside. It was really nice people, and I got this very cute, very old horse called Ash, and I didn't have any kind of equipment whatsoever, and I think I'm dunking my girth. Good job, me. He was an Arab, and he was, I think, 25. So he was literally like, poor thing, like he was really, he had a long life basically, and that showed. So he really didn't enjoy the lesson as much as I did. And I will insert a picture here. And I had the biggest smile on my face, as you can see. And I was wearing like flats and completely non-horse equipment, but I loved it so much. so that I asked to continue with classes, and I did, and it was the best decision ever since. So yeah, and also if you still hear, even though we're recording on microphone, if you still hear meowing, we have a massive cat fight outside. Very important drama going on, so can't interrupt. All right, so yeah, that was the first horse I've ever ridden, and that's actually what got me started with love of riding, although it was a very boring lesson. I just walked the whole time, as I'm sure it's for everyone. But yeah, it was fun. Now let me check the next question. Favorite brand of tack? Need I say more? Kentor. I love Kentor. I mean, obviously, we have seen lots of saddles before buying this one, and just the feel of the leather and the finishing and the piping, and I'm obsessed. It was all amazing. It's just like such an amazing quality. But the best part, ooh, this is dirty. But the best part was that coconut went so amazing in the saddle. And actually, I had a saddle fitter out. You would have seen that on my Instagram. If you're not on my Instagram, very weird place to do a shout out, but we're rolling with this. If you're not on my Instagram, you should totally subscribe, because I'm much more common there. On YouTube, I'm just here once a week, but on Instagram, I'm trying to be there every day. So yeah, I mentioned that we had a saddle fitter out, and she said that the saddle fits him perfect, like a glove. So I'm really thrilled with that, and it definitely showed, because he was going super nice in it. So yeah, that's the favorite brand of tack, hands down. And also, I'm the brown tack kind of camp. We have a dressage set that's black, but since I'm jumpers, brown, yes. So that we get out of the way. Unlike my English words today. Western saddle or English saddle? Pretty self-explanatory, right? Yeah. If you couldn't ride your current discipline, what discipline would you ride? That's an interesting one. I would have to say eventing, because in that way I kind of get the best of all worlds, because I'll get that cross-country thrill, I'll get the show jumping fun, and I'll have to put up with dressage and move it up to the next level, because right now we're doing it and we're practicing it, but it's not up to the point where I'll be confident competing in it, obviously. So yeah, we'll have to get our nice prancing gaits on in order to be able to enjoy eventing. But definitely I wouldn't abandon jumping for sure. I love it. It gives me wings. It makes me feel incredible. That partnership with a horse to be able to jump, it's just amazing. All right, I think I'm done with the back. You want to make sure not to get it too wet, because leather doesn't like to be too wet. Yeah, that's the sentence of the day we're rolling with, because otherwise it shrinks and you're ruining the quality of it basically. So I'm trying to get off as much excess water as possible, and then I'll condition it. So it's already quite nice and shiny, but obviously we're not done with it. We also need to do the top as well. All right, next question. I've remembered the next 3 questions. Let's see how well I retain them in my head after a working day, or a working week actually, recording this on Thursday night. See, I forgot already. The worst fall, oh, that's a funny story. So I was still back at that stable where I've just started horse riding, and there was this amazing horse. She was bay, and her name was Kukulka. She had a Russian name, and that means a doll. Ooh, I loved her. I think she was a warm blood thoroughbred cross. Very smart, but a mare. I'm not a mare person, sorry. Definitely a kind of girl. And she had a mood. I got on her. I had no clue what I was doing. She saw her shadow, bless her. And that is a very scary thing. So she ran off with me and I had no clue. And we were in the arena, by the way. It's not like a very exciting story when, you know, she bucked me off in the desert and I was laying in the desert. No. We were in the arena and she went for a turn. And as she was going through the turn, I'm realizing, because it was quite a sharp turn that she took, she even had like a little bit of an angle there. And I'm realizing that I'm totally going to fall off. So I'm trying to fall off nicely, but I'm realizing that I think I'm going to get my leg squished under, like with the metal rod of the fence. So I had to jump off, and I'm jumping off and I'm falling through the 2 top kind of like poles of the fence, if you know what I mean. So I fell through and I landed on the other side. How I didn't break any ribs, I have no idea. But yeah, I laid there for a couple of minutes. It was pretty scary. And then ended up with a really, really, really bruised bottom, which looked like Galaxy. It was pretty cool, by the way. Not gonna insert a picture of that. We'll get demonetized. Yeah, and a lot of quite nasty grazes actually on my back. So yeah, that was not cool, but still I got on the next class, I think in a couple of days, and we're fine. So yeah, she just had a mood. It's okay, can't blame her. And the next color was, oh, I remembered, that's progress. The next question was, what is your favorite horse color? And that's obviously bay. I love bay horses. If I could have a second option, it would be black. Oh, black horses, in my opinion, look so elegant. I just love that, like Frisian, oh, absolutely beautiful. Or even Trachinens or thoroughbreds that look black or almost black, ah, amazing. But classic bays will always have a spot in my heart. I love them brown with little black mane and white socks. Yeah, white socks and a blaze. Basically coconut, that's what I'm describing, if you didn't catch that. So yeah, I will let the girth dry out. And the next question was, and I'm very impressed with myself because I still remember, have I ever been bucked off? I have sat through bucks, but I've never been bucked off. I have fallen off, definitely, quite a few times, like I mentioned. And how do I get this down? I think I need your help. Can you help? I can't open this. I'm too weak. Brute power. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, these are dirty. Dirty. That's why I need to do that. Okay. It's a deep cleaning, so we're taking them bad boys off. I love my stirrups, by the way. It's a gift from my husband. He's awesome. And stirrups are too. Next question. Have I ever been kicked? Yes, I have been kicked by the gentleman right outside of this nice tack room. I haven't kicked, and I've actually, the good thing is that I was free lunging him for the first time, and he was very nervous. And so I'm just, by the way, I'm just getting the dust off my saddle first, and then I'm gonna go in with the soap. He was very nervous in the free lunging arena, and he didn't have any equipment on. He was literally just like with a head collar. And I tried to make him go like the opposite direction from where he wanted to go, and he got really scared and he decided to run off and bucked me. And the good thing is that I was wearing a hoodie, so the hit ended up being here, but the hoodie, thank goodness, is exactly where it was rolled, and so it was really thick in that place, so I didn't feel anything. But we have another interesting story of someone else being kicked by Coconut completely by accident. My husband, recently, we went and we have taken him for a checkup into a different facility, and Coconut, I'm pretty sure he has seen trailers before, but he definitely hasn't been conditioned to them. So the poor thing, after he was stressed and he has been seen by a doctor and everything, he was really stressed and he didn't want to get back into the trailer. Obviously, why would he? He already had a horrible experience. So he was almost falling off the ramp, and my husband tried to kind of prop him against himself, poor thing, and he kicked him. Where did they kick you? In the elbow or in the knee? In the elbow. Oh, yeah, so that must not have been pleasant. So that's that. And I forgot the next question. I read it, but I forgot it. I'm bad. Bareback or saddle? Pretty obvious, right? Although I've got to say, Coconut's top line is pretty good. So it doesn't hurt to ride him bareback, and sometimes I do like to do that. I haven't done that in a while, but it's not painful, it's not uncomfortable, it's just I prefer riding in this beauty. So yeah, not sponsored, unfortunately. Cantor? Alright, so I'm gonna get this saddle soap, which is like this cool yellow looking thing. Pretty sure it's only looking cool to me, but that's fine. And then I'm just gonna massage it this way. And the next question was my opinion on racing. Ooh, controversial. I understand, and I think that's gonna concern any kind of sport that I personally don't support. And I think any sport, it's a huge disclaimer that I have to make. I think any sport, any kind of sport in general, be it with horses, humans, whatever, it can be done well. And there are people who are doing it well and respecting the horse and respecting the standards, you know, the safety standards and everything. But it just so happens that some sports are kind of more predisposing you to want to not respect those standards. And I happen to think that racing is one of those sports. So I personally don't support that. But I understand, again, as I'm saying, I'm sure there are a lot of people who can give me example. And by the way, if you do know any good racers with, like, you know, with a very respectful sportsmanship, I would be very happy to be wrong on this occasion. So do let me know if you know anyone in the comments below. I'd be really happy to be mistaken. But I'm just saying that from what I've seen personally, which is not a lot, but from what I've seen is definitely, it looks like the sport kind of predisposes people to want to abuse animals sometimes. So yeah, this is just my opinion. Again, like I said, with any kind of this sort of an opinion where I am looking at the fact that animals could be hurt, I am always making a disclaimer that I would be very happy to be wrong about this. So if you do know anyone, I would happily take my words back on this. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion. Biggest pet peeve in the equestrian world. Why all these questions are so controversial? Geez. I think it's unrealistic expectations. I think a lot of the times, and I guess that's the case with the most social media, because I mean, I've seen that with beauty blogging, I've seen that with kind of sports or fitness blogging, I've seen that with horse riding and the equestrian community. Setting unrealistic expectations with Instagram, that could be quite detrimental to your own self-esteem and to the self-esteem of your fellow subscribers. Because I feel like if we're not showing the true reality of things, it's not going to, I mean, it's going to demotivate some people, because if you're just looking at Instagram as an ability to take snapshots, really good snapshots of your life, and kind of rearrange it nicely and present it very nicely in your kind of feed, then it looks like, if you're just appearing on that page from outside, that everything is perfect. But nothing is ever perfect, and sometimes it's easy to forget that, and it's easy to start hating on yourself that, for example, your horse is not progressing as fast as someone else's, and that the only thing it does, it demotivates you. So for me, I think that would be my biggest pet peeve when it comes to kind of Instagram and social media and the equestrian community online. However, I do find that I really like this recent trend, that is, people tend to share some of their negative moments as well, some of their fails, so that we all can learn from them and feel that we're not alone in having the fails. So we will definitely be seeing fails on this channel, for sure. I have a lot of them. Pretty sure I still don't know how to ride. But we're trying. So yeah, ooh, it's looking so beautiful. I love the saddle. All right. Going to flip it and answer another question. 2 questions. Most difficult horse you've ever ridden and scariest horse related experience. Most difficult horse I've ever ridden. I've bought him. It was so difficult that I've bought him. I was like, it's impossible to ride him, let me buy him. So yeah, no, I would say the most difficult, but not necessarily in a negative perspective, but still the most challenging horse to ride would be Coconut, because he was coming from an endurance sport and I wanted to do jumping with him, so obviously he had no idea what I was expecting him to do, and it was very challenging for us to build that trusting partnership that we have right now. So yeah, I would say that was him. The scariest horse experience, scariest horse experience. I'm trying to remember. Ooh, I think when my trainer almost got killed by a horse of my friend. Oh my goodness, we were doing like a jump exercises at our previous stable, which was very nice, and we were having a lot of fun. And we actually have it on camera, I think. Not gonna show it. So I had my friend on a stable horse there, who was also very nice, and we were kind of in the process of converting everyone into jumping. And we were doing like a very small grid. I think it was 2 or 3 bounces or something like that. And that horse, at first, he's doing everything perfectly. Everything is great. And then the second time he comes at this exercise, he decides it's very scary, and he didn't like it a lot the first time. So he literally, and the trainer was standing kind of at the side of the jump, pretending to be a live wing. And he literally just runs through her, poor trainer, and drops her on the ground like she's not even there, like she is a wing that can be just removed. We were all so scared. Like, she's fine, thankfully. She was a master of dodging, so she dodged perfectly. And she was teaching us how to fall, by the way, which I think is a very important skill. So yeah, no, she dodged that perfectly. And the horse was fine as well, and the girl on the horse was also fine. But that was definitely the scariest experience, because we were like, oh my God, she killed our trainer. What are we gonna do? But yeah, we were fine after that. Okay. Pretty challenging to balance it like that. So beautiful. Push button horse or green horse? First of all, I don't really like the name push button. They are not push buttons. They are not machines. They are our partners, and they are putting a lot of effort into letting us ride. So I would definitely disagree with that kind of connotation. But in general, kind of if we're saying like more experienced horse that knows a lot, or green horse, I would say green horse, because nothing compares with the thrill of enjoying and, you know, seeing the progress of a young horse that you have put into them, and enjoying the kind of the effort. By the way, I'm putting a little bit of balsam that looks like strawberry puree, which I'm not gonna mind. If I had right now, I'll be pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely I would say a green horse for me, because Coconut was a green horse, and I would say that like the amount of rewarding experience I've gotten from, you know, building that relationship with him and bonding with him was amazing. So yeah, green horse for me all the way. What about you? Tell me in the comments below. I feel like you have to tell me like 5 things in the comments already. It'll be awesome. Describe your dream ride. Well, I would say a round of show jumping. So I've seen other people answer this tag, and they're like, oh, you know, an amazing beach ride with waves and everything. I'm like, arena, please, fences. I would say completing a successful round, not necessarily even on the competition, of 110 height on Coconut, obviously, and having a really good time. So like having a really good feeling throughout the round. I think that would be my dream ride. It's not an impossible dream, because I think dreams should be goals, smart goals. Yeah, no, I would say that would be something that I would be looking forward to doing. Next question. I'll answer the next 3 together. How long have you been riding? For roughly 5 years at this point. What's your favorite discipline? Show jumping, obviously. And why do you love riding? I love riding because it gives me wings. And the best part for me is that partnership with the horse, because I love the feel of that connection. And the fact that if you want to succeed, you have to have that great connection. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. So to have that great connection, have an amazing experience, and going around in the arena and feeling that you have such a great communication, that gives me wings. That just gives me insane wings. And I literally feel like I'm flying. So yeah, I love that. And in general, even if I'm not jumping, having that connection with the horse, I think connection is my favorite thing here, because it's so, it's like mind-boggling to me, because they are huge, like 400, 500 kgs animals, and they trust you and they listen to you and they just want to please you. How like insane is that? If you just think a little bit about that, it's mind-boggling for me. So that insane connection and the feel that it gives me would be the reason why I love riding so much. Okay, as I'm massaging the girth, sentence I thought I would never say, I'll get to the next question. Describe your dream horse. Bay, white stripe. Okay, so if I could just take this example very poorly, not like a good parent like I am, but as a crazy scientist that could put together a Frankenstein of a horse with any kind of qualities humanly possible. Let me just take this question this way, and that was the last question, by the way. I would have a horse that is forward going, someone who is very strong, fast metabolism, builds muscle very quickly, kind, and very important for me is a good personality with people. Still basically describing coconut, but okay. That's going to be a difference. At least 16 hands, but not taller than 17. I'm very peculiar about that. Just my personal preference. What else? Again, like I think very nice with people, and in general, like a friendly nature, and a quick learner, of course. Although I think most horses are, and they just everyone needs a different approach. So yeah. No, I would say that would kind of be my favorite horse Frankenstein situation. It's basically coconut except for 16 heads. Don't tell him. So I will wrap up the cleaning, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know the answers to these questions in the comments below. I'll be really interested to hear more. And let me know if you enjoy these types of videos as well, because I mean, it's very different from our previous content that was very educational with a lot of notes, etc. This is just something fun and entertaining. So let me know what you prefer, and yeah, and enjoy the sped up round of the rest of tack cleaning. All right, so I'm done putting away my saddle, my bridles, everything is nice and clean. I love that feeling. So thank you so much for being with us here today, and subscribe to our channel. Like the video because it really does help us out, especially so that we are a new channel. So you liking it means that we can get the content across to more people. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you very soon with more exciting content. Bye.